When my sister Olivia called to tell me she was getting married, I was genuinely happy for her. We had grown apart over the years, mostly because of her constant need to be the center of attention. Still, I thought maybe this wedding could bring us closer again, two sisters laughing over champagne, reminiscing about our childhood. But when the invitation arrived, my name wasn't even printed correctly. Emma, without the double M. It was such a small detail, yet it stung. It felt like a reminder of how invisible I'd always been in our family. Olivia had always been the golden girl, beautiful, confident, adored by everyone. She never had to try. I was the quieter one, the girl who helped clean up after her birthday parties and smiled when she got praise for things I'd actually done. The weeks leading up to the wedding were pure chaos. Mom and Olivia's fiancé, Thomas, treated me like an afterthought. Every family group chat ignored my messages. When I offered to help decorate, Mom said, "Maybe just stay out of the way, dear. We've got enough people." I should have seen the warning signs. On the day of the wedding, I arrived early, in a soft blue dress I'd saved up for months to buy. I didn't have a date, and honestly I didn't care. I was just hoping for a nice seat and maybe some peace. The venue was breathtaking. White roses, gold ribbons, fairy lights twinkling like stars. But when I handed my invitation to the usher, he frowned. "Emma Thompson?" "Yes," I said with a polite smile. He pointed toward a small hallway near the restrooms. "Your seat's over there." I thought he was joking. But then I saw it. A lonely chair placed against the wall, away from the tables, near a trash bin and a janitor's cart. No table setting, no name card, nothing. Just a chair. My chest tightened. I scanned the reception hall. My parents were seated right in front of the bride and groom, laughing. Olivia caught my eye and gave a small, smug smile before turning away. It wasn't an accident. It was deliberate. I sat down anyway, trying to hold back tears. Guests whispered as they passed by, glancing at me with awkward pity. Someone even asked, "Oh, are you staff?" That broke me. I stood up, walked out through the side door, and felt the cool air hit my skin. I didn't look back. Not once. I got into my car, my hands trembling on the steering wheel. 4 years, I'd been the one holding my family together, the peacekeeper, the helper, the invisible backbone. And this was my reward. As I drove away, my phone buzzed with messages from Mom. "Emma, where are you? Don't make a scene. Come back, please." But for the first time in my life, I didn't listen. That night, I cried until my pillow was soaked, but beneath the pain, something inside me shifted. A quiet resolve began to grow. If they wanted me gone, they'd soon learn what that really meant. Because I wasn't coming back empty-handed. The next morning, I woke up with puffy eyes and a heart full of confusion. I replayed the night over and over. The laughter, Olivia's smug look, the whispers. At first, I wanted to disappear. Delete the family chat, block their numbers, move away. But as the hours passed, that sadness began to harden into something sharper, a mix of anger and clarity. They'd humiliated me publicly. At her wedding. My own sister. And I realized something. People like Olivia only stop when someone makes them face the mirror. So, I decided to become that mirror. I started with social media. I didn't post anything obvious, just a photo of that hallway chair, captioned, "Sometimes, being seated in the wrong place helps you find your worth." Within an hour, the post exploded. Old friends, co-workers, even distant cousins commented things like, "Wait, is this from the wedding? Emma, what happened?" I didn't answer. I didn't have to. The silence made it louder. A few days later, I got a call from my cousin Hannah. She sounded half shocked, half furious. "Emma, everyone's talking. Apparently, Olivia's wedding planner said you demanded a seat near the restrooms." I laughed bitterly. Of course she twisted that way. But that's when I realized Olivia's perfect image meant everything to her. She lived for admiration. She built her whole identity on being adored. So I decided to give her exactly what she feared most, public embarrassment. I still had all the screenshots. Texts where Mom told me not to ruin the vibe, messages where Olivia called me a background character. I'd saved them not out of spite, but because they'd hurt so much I couldn't delete them. Now they had a purpose. I crafted a post, careful, calm, and devastatingly honest. I wrote about being seated near the restrooms, about how my own family treated me like a burden, about years of being the lesser daughter. I didn't use her name, but everyone knew. The post went viral. Within 24 hours, it had thousands of shares. Strangers messaged me stories of their own family favoritism, their own hallway moments. For once, I wasn't invisible. Mom called me furious. "Emma, how could you humiliate your sister like this?" "Funny," I said. "That's exactly what she did to me." Then Olivia herself texted me. "You've gone too far. Take it down." I didn't respond. Instead, I went back to work. Focused, calm, a little lighter. But karma wasn't done yet. A week later, a mutual friend sent me a link. It was an online forum post titled, "Bride Treats Her Own Sister Like Trash, Guests Spill the Truth." Apparently, several guests had recorded what happened. The chair, the whispers, even Olivia's smug grin. The videos spread like wildfire. And then the real fallout began. Thomas's parents, Olivia's new in-laws, were mortified. They released a public statement distancing themselves from any form of bullying. Olivia's sponsorship deal for her lifestyle blog? Gone. The brand pulled out within hours. She called me that night. I didn't pick up. Instead, I poured myself a glass of wine, scrolled through the endless comments defending me, and felt something I hadn't felt in years, peace. But deep down, I knew the story wasn't over. Because while Olivia was watching her perfect image crumble, I was building something new, a version of myself that didn't need their approval. And the best part, my next move would make sure she never forgot the day she sat me in that hallway. By the time Olivia realized the scale of what I'd done, it was too late. Her wedding, which had seemed like the perfect day for her, was now infamous online. Articles, forum posts, social media threads, all highlighting how she had humiliated me and how I had responded. But I didn't post all the details myself. I let the world uncover the truth. I spent the next few weeks quietly, working, networking, and planning something Olivia could never see coming. You see, while she was obsessed with appearances, I was building substance. I had recently started a small events business, helping people plan weddings and parties. Nothing flashy, just thoughtful, detail-oriented planning. And the opportunity came sooner than expected. One of Olivia's friends, desperate after the public fallout, reached out to me. "Emma, I know this might be awkward, but Olivia needs help with a wedding next month. She insists on someone who can actually manage things. Can you help?" I paused, a sly smile curling on my lips. "Yes," I replied. "I can help. I'll make it perfect." Over the next few weeks, I poured everything into planning this wedding. Meticulous details, seamless coordination, and touches that would make the couple's experience unforgettable. Olivia, desperate to appear competent, took all the credit. She believed she was in control. The day of the wedding arrived. Everything went flawlessly. The tables, the flowers, the timeline, the tiniest details that guests always notice but never mention. Olivia was stressed, trying to impress everyone, while I worked quietly in the background, ensuring nothing went wrong. During the reception, I watched as guests whispered praise. "This wedding is incredible. Whoever organized this really knows what they're doing." Olivia's smile faltered as she overheard the compliments. One guest even asked, "Who's your planner?" She hesitated, trying to take credit, but her fiancé nudged her. The truth spilled. Everyone realized it was me. The room went silent for a moment, then erupted in astonishment. People who had doubted me, ignored me, or laughed at me suddenly looked at me with admiration. I stepped forward, calm and composed, and addressed the crowd. "It's an honor to help make this day beautiful. I hope everyone enjoys it as much as we enjoyed planning it." The look on Olivia's face was priceless, a mix of disbelief and shame. She couldn't argue. The truth was plain for all to see. Later that evening, my phone buzzed with messages from family members who had previously ignored me. They were congratulating me, asking how I had managed everything so perfectly. Even Mom sent a text. "Emma, I guess we underestimated you." I didn't reply immediately. Instead, I leaned back, sipping my wine, savoring the moment. 4 years, I had been invisible. The hallway at Olivia's wedding was supposed to remind me of that. But I had transformed that humiliation into my strength. And the sweetest part, Olivia, the golden girl, now knew that she couldn't ever put me in the corner again. The hallway chair, the whispers, the smirks, all gone from my life. I had taken the experience, turned it into fuel, and emerged victorious. That night, as I watched Olivia apologize to friends and family for the public embarrassment, I smiled to myself. It wasn't about revenge for revenge's sake, it was about proving my worth. And in that proof lay the sweetest satisfaction of all.